Good morning, everybody. Bright and early, 6:30 a.m. I always have such a hard time getting outside first thing in the morning. It's still kind of chilly, but it always ends up feeling so good. I've been trying to get up at 5:30 every morning and get some movement in for my body and my mind before we start our days. But the last few weeks I've been showing a lot of what our lives here look like on the weekends when we're out exploring and having a good time. I mean, every day is a good time, but you know what I mean. So this week I thought I would share a little bit more of what our days look like during our work week and a little bit more full picture of our reality since we've been working as camp hosts. Not every day is quite as adventurous as our weekends, but there's still so many beautiful moments and we're just so grateful to be living somewhere like this. So the last few days we've spent at this campsite with our friends Brandon and Sarah and Trent, and we've just been enjoying the views and the river. But today we do have to go back to work. Josh goes in at 9 o'clock, I go in at 2 p.m. But we have to run to the grocery store in town first. But I'm just really grateful for the opportunity, even on a work day, to wake up somewhere this beautiful. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get into my practice, and I'll see you guys when I get moving for the day. Hi, Millie. Hi, baby. Do you have a good morning? Ready to go to work? Ready to go to work? She says, oh no. Not work. No moose this morning, but we saw so many here this weekend. It was amazing. So cool. Beautiful morning commute. This is also the first time we've actually had to drive to work since we moved here, since we usually stay at the RV park, but not that bad. Now that we've made it back to our campsite, Josh starts earlier than I do on Tuesdays, so he goes in at 9 and I go in at 2 p.m. I work 2 11-hour days and 3 6-hour days, and he works 5 8-hour days. Works out really well because my upload days are Tuesdays, so that gives me some time to make use of the internet here while Josh is working. But I'm gonna clean up really quick. After a weekend out adventuring, I always try to start my weeks with a shower. Luckily at the campgrounds we've got the RV bathhouse, and it's honestly really nice to be able to shower every morning after my workout. Haley decided to go back to bed, but a quick little dose of van life reality. The entire faceplate for this cabinet has just fallen off and we haven't had time to put it back on. The handle on this one is also gone. And we ran out of water at our campsite this morning, so we've got a sink full of dirty dishes. Happy Monday! Well, it's actually Tuesday, but it's my Monday. Home sweet home.
It seems good luck's finally on my side. She pulls the sheets off of me every night. Whispers my name, tells the sun to rise. Yeah, she brings me back to life.
So I basically spent all morning in the van on my laptop and I'm getting ready to go into work for the day. I have been struggling a little bit balancing working 40 hours a week and still doing freelance work and creating content on the side. Sometimes I feel like I'm just kind of constantly working, but I do really love my work, so I'm just kind of working on finding balance over the last couple of weeks and just settling into a more busy season of my life and just embracing it. Honestly, I just have a hard time resting here because there's just an endless amount of things to do, hikes, beautiful places to go spend the evening, float the river. Yeah, it's just been hard to find rest. So this morning I've just been taking it slow. It's so hot in the valley during the days, but it cools off to like 50s at night. So I'm like sweating a little bit, but ready to go into work and enjoy that AC. Haley stays with me while I'm home, and then for the 3.5 hours that Josh and I are both working, she's allowed to come into the office with me, which is amazing and one of our favorite parts of this job, and it's really given us the opportunity to both work full-time that she is allowed to accompany me to work. Honestly, this job has just kind of solved a lot of the problems that we were starting to have with van life, lack of stability, lack of being able to leave Haley unattended or bring her to work with us, those kind of things. So it's just been a really excellent opportunity for us, and as someone who has never found full-time remote work, it's just made funding this lifestyle so much easier and getting to live somewhere so beautiful. It doesn't feel like there's any lack of travel or adventure. But it is officially time to clock in for the day, so I hope you guys are ready to get some work done. Ready to go to work? Little fit check. These are an everyday occurrence, and the hat is because the sun out here is absolutely brutal, and it's the only way I can keep from getting sunburnt and hiding the fact that my hair is a mess. morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh. This is the first day that it's rained basically since we've lived here. It's been super dry, so the rain is really welcomed, and it's been such a nice break from the heat. But most of what I do here is kind of a customer service base, which works out because that's what I have experience in. So I work on taking guest reservations, answering questions, answering the phone, keeping on top of emails, that sort of thing. But I also do a lot of work outside of the office here. So every day before check-in, I'll get the rooms all nice and cozy and turned on and ready for guests to start arriving at 3 o'clock. And just making sure that everything's stocked and house kept properly. But I also do a lot of landscaping around the property here, watering the flowers and things like that. But luckily the sky is taking care of all of that for me today. But it's just been super cozy today, and I'm feeling really tired, which is never good on an 11-hour shift day, but hopefully I can just kind of relax and get a few things done around the house when I get home tonight, because we have a shorter day tomorrow and we're moving into our weekend, which means we're headed out on our next adventure. So I try and get all of our housekeeping, chores, laundry, cleaning, those kind of things done during the week. On my longer work days, that can be really tricky sometimes, and I have a hard time getting to bed early when I get off at 8 p.m. and getting up at 5:30 a.m. I just haven't been sleeping a ton, to be honest, but that's all right. Josh has been really wonderful on my longer days, helping get dinner ready and everything, since I do get off so late. He gets off at 5:30, so it's been so nice to come home to a cooked meal. I usually, before we lived here, did most of the cooking, so he's been really excellent in kind of helping take care of some of those other things now that we're both so busy. I don't want to bore you guys too much with the work stuff, but that is what this video is about. So I'm gonna get back to work, and I'll see you guys this evening for dinner and laundry.
I'm cresting the boundaries of my banks, floating over the rocks in my way. I know there's still room to change. Leaning into the pain as I've gotten closer, I feel less shame. I know there's still room to change. Like the seasons bring each an offering, one through countless broken sea, another.
This looks amazing, and you are the bestest ever. The bestest ever.
I will sing to you while you've undressed and pruned.
I am so freaking tired. Wow.
And when I bear none,
Last long day for the week though. Thank goodness. Did you put sprouts in here too? So good. Thanks for dinner, babe.
You're welcome.
One thing I will say, since we've lived here, I feel like I do laundry a lot more often. When we're out camping, I don't change clothes every day. I kind of just wear the same thing for a couple of days, but I can't really do that here. So I've noticed we've been doing a lot more laundry, but we get free laundry, which is awesome and a huge perk of living here.
I used to look up at the stars and get jealous of the sky, and I wonder what it's like to get to hold them every night, and how they first met and what it must have been like. Did they know it was the start of a lifetime?
One thing that really hasn't changed since we lived here is how much coffee I drink. I definitely probably need to cut back, but life has honestly never been busier, but in the best way. We have felt the perfect balance of adventure and rest since we've been here, and it's been amazing. We've got like a good amount of stability and normalcy in our days. And honestly, the mundaneness of it all is so welcome. It's honestly really comforting to find some routines, and after 4 years of van life, I just couldn't be more excited at the little moments of my weeks lately, and that's been really nice. It was also kind of fun this week filming the more mundane moments and just finding all of the beauty in the little things, in the stability, because that's the majority of life, right? You wake up, you go to your job, you do your day-to-day things. That takes up the majority of the time that you're here, and I think it's so important to romanticize the little moments and find the beauty in them. It's just been helping me really enjoy my life more fully and be more present lately. So thank you guys for pushing me to film this video. I actually really enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any questions about work camping. I know I didn't capture everything in its fullness, but our weeks are really busy since we've been here. I promise Josh does more than mow the lawn. That just happened to be what I captured, and I just think he looks so cute and kind of hilarious on the riding mower. Something about watching him ride around the property on that thing always leaves me laughing. But in all seriousness, he's been hard at work on a lot of renovations on the property. There are quite a few projects that still need done, but he just recently finished up painting the doors of all of the exterior of the building, and they look so nice. And I think next up he'll be doing some renovations on the RV bathhouse, which I'm really excited about since we do use that almost every day. It'll be nice to see it looking nice and fresh and a little bit updated. I'm honestly not entirely sure what I was expecting out of this work camping experience. I think it has fully exceeded any expectations that I had. The amount of stability that it's provided has been so wonderful, and the amount of adventure that we've gotten living out here has completely blown me away as well. This area's definitely kind of got a hold on our heartstrings now, and I feel like it's gonna be quite a while before we're ready to leave. Finding work on the road is one of the biggest barriers to van life in my experience. We really struggled to find a way that we could travel full-time and work full-time. So I thought this would be a really great video to share how we found this job and where you can find jobs like this one. Because full-time travel is not sustainable for everyone, this is a really great alternative for someone who does still need to work an in-person job but is looking to live in a more adventurous location. Or if you're looking to change locations season to season, this type of work is great because a lot of these positions are seasonal. So we found this job on workcampingjobs.com. I will put all of the links to these websites in the description. The reason I used this particular site is because the job postings are free, but they're a lot more limited than some other sites. So another good option is workcamping.com or workcamper.com. That one is a $50 yearly membership, so I've not personally tried it out, but I have heard there are a ton more options. So if you're having trouble on the free ones, definitely give that one a look. The pay for these positions definitely varies pretty heavily. Some of them is 20 hours a week in exchange for your site for free with no pay. Some of them are full 40-hour-a-week jobs with your site included and a salary on top of it. So there's probably going to be something out there that works for everyone, and just keep your eyes peeled because there are a ton of opportunities available. But if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for sticking around, and thank you so much for being here. I have really enjoyed this experience so far, and I'm really grateful to be able to share it with you guys. Honestly, this has been the most comfortable season of van life for us, kind of having the amenities that come with having a campsite all the time, and the freedom that comes with the adventure and being in the mountains, and we've just really enjoyed the balance. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up for me, and don't forget to subscribe because we have a ton of big stuff coming up, some big changes, and a very harsh winter of van life coming your way. I'm very quickly creeping up on 5,000 subscribers, which just sounds insane saying it at all. If you guys have been here for the entire journey, let me know below. Thank you guys so much for all your support. It's just been such a fun way for me to document my life, and I'm so grateful for the connections and the community that I've made through this experience. And I hope with my platform to kind of show some different sides of van life, some different options or ways that van life can look, because I know on social media it can kind of all blur together into one big adventure. So I really hope to capture some of the downsides, the slower moments, and the more normal moments of van life for you guys. But that's all I have for you guys this week. I'm gonna finish my afternoon coffee and we are getting back to adventure. See you next week.
I'm cresting the boundary surface.